Hello my friends, this video is really close to my heart. It's really special that I make this video for you guys. Why you should develop, grow and learn and put in the effort and the energy to become a better construction professional, okay? If the purpose of learning is to move through life more effectively, the measure of your intelligence should be how well you navigate each day, okay? So if the purpose of learning is to progress through your career effectively, the measure of that learning should be how well you navigate each day. Does that make sense? So the more effort you put in to learn, the easier your day in your career should be, okay? And that's the point of it. You want to make your career as effective and easy and effortless as possible. And the only way you can do that is by learning the information, upgrading your skills and your knowledge and your tools and things that we talk about in these videos, upgrading it so that you can navigate your career very efficiently. So at the moment, if you're thinking that your career is difficult, or you can't seem to progress, or you're stuck, or you're seeing other people get ahead of you and you're like, how are they doing that, okay? You're struggling to navigate your career. The answer to that is to upgrade your knowledge, your skills and your competence so that you can move through your career easily. And that is a core principle here at Construction Mastery and everything I pretty much bang on about in most of my videos, right? But this video is really close to my heart. It really is. So one way to think about this is that your next promotion should be easier than where you are right now. The promotion after that should be easier than where you get to. The promotion after that should be even easier. So I'm basically saying that if you're a quantity surveyor, if you want to get to commercial manager or commercial director, you should find it easier when you're in those positions than you are now. That is a measure of your learning and your effectiveness in what you do today, okay? So have a think about that. It's a radical concept, but it makes sense, okay? And there's loads of theories and stuff behind it, but I'll save that for another video. But it should be easier as you progress your career. So that's the first point, okay? The point number 2 is reduce the time it takes you to progress your career. So let's say there's 2 different people in the same 5 years, 2 similar people, 2 different outcomes. Okay, one person ends up here, one person ends up here, okay? The same 5-year period, one person just goes way faster and more effectively. How and why? Because they do things that we talk about in these videos, and these are things that I've applied in my career as a construction professional. These are things that I'm applying in my career as an entrepreneur at the moment, and how I'm able to make these videos, okay? Is you can, if you set a goal for becoming someone in 5 or 10 years time, find a way to shortcut that success. You can do that by watching these videos, finding an expert, mentors, maximizing your days. There's plenty of different ways to do that. Watch some of the other videos on my channel for you to get an understanding of what other ways there are to do that. And learning and growing is not only about adding, okay? It's about removing. A lot of the time when you want to progress faster, you have to remove a lot of the crap that you've got right now. You may have to unlearn a few things and relearn different ways of doing things. Remember guys, we are in a Google world. We are in an internet world, okay? Most of the advice that you're probably getting are from senior people who have lived pre-Google, pre-internet, and they've just done things the same way and they haven't changed much. We live in a different world right now, which means we have to unlearn some of the things that we've done previously and relearn them so that we can move more effectively and faster. We never had information like this. We didn't have videos. I didn't have a mentor or a guidance, something, you know, where someone is making videos like this and I'm watching it, okay? The internet allows us to do things like this so we can move faster because we have the same 24 hours in the day. Information is the only thing that allows us to get to places faster. This person gets in 5 years, sorry, this high in 5 years, the same person only reaches here, okay? How? Information, knowledge, tools, tactics. Someone is telling them to do things or they figured a way of doing it. So don't throw stones at them, don't take the piss out of them, don't be jealous of them. Throw stones at yourself and say, I'm not good enough. Look in the mirror and say, I need to get better. Then sort yourself out, fix yourself, and then you can go faster and get to places faster and you can reduce the time. So imagine running a marathon with like a 50-kilogram backpack on you. You're running, you're like, oh my God, this is so heavy. And then as soon as you ditch that backpack with 50 kilograms, you just go. Like you're like, oh my God, I can run fast now. I can get to 26.2 miles really effectively, efficiently, faster. That's because you've dropped all the crap that you've been carrying, which is just not necessary for you to get to where you want to get to, okay? That's point number 2. Point number 3, reduce your stress. Wouldn't that be amazing to reduce the stress, right? We want to learn okay, what we are doing right and what we are doing wrong, so we can drop the things that we're doing wrong and do more of the things that we're doing right, okay? The things that bring us joy, the things that, you know, reduce the stress, okay? And if you're overwhelmed, if you're frustrated, if you're stressed, it's likely that you can't make a decision. You might try to be solving a problem right now which you can't solve. So the best solution is to gain the knowledge, gain the experience, gain the skill set so that you can solve problems easily, so that they don't frustrate you and piss you off and they reduce your stress. Point number 4, the one who experiences the most wins. This is one of my, I love this line. The one who experiences the most wins. So what I mean by that is, in your career, the way you can progress effectively is by gaining more experience points. The way you can gain more experience points is by learning and developing, growing, building your skill sets so that you can take on more work at work, okay? So in your career, in your day, you do your work more efficiently because you've got the skills, the tools, the knowledge, and the competencies. You can bang out your 5 or 6 tasks that you've done today. Then you can go to your manager and say, I've done my 5 or 6 tasks today, can I have more work? Then you do that work as efficiently as you can. Then you try find more work, and then you ask other people for their work. Then you can help your colleagues and your teammates. You can impact projects, okay? When you keep getting more work, your experience points goes up. And this is one of the aims of what we want. We want the experience points to go up, okay? This is a really important factor. So the one who experiences the most wins. So by learning, you make your tasks more efficient and effective so that you take on more work. Really important point. Point number 5, the one who cares the most wins. Similar to what I just said before, the one who experiences the most wins, this is the one who cares the most wins. So when you care the most about your project, your teammates, your colleagues, your company, the industry, you do things better. When you care for your parents, you're a better son. When you care for your partner or your wife or your husband, you're a better human being, okay? It's simple as that. When you care for your children, you are better. So the more you care, the better you are. The one who cares the most wins, okay? So when you care about your project and your company and your team, you want to do really well for them. You want to bring value because you actually care about them, okay? Which means to bring value, you need to grow and develop and become a better construction professional. Gain the skills, gain the knowledge, understand the character traits that you need to develop to become a better construction professional. Put those in practice, and then you actually care. Empathy always wins. When you care, you win. Point number 6. Double your income. To double your income, triple your rate of learning, okay? That's a really simple one-line procedure. To double your income, triple your rate of learning, which means, again, watch these videos, put in the work, put in the effort, learn the skills, develop the knowledge, develop the competencies, and then over time, your income will develop and grow, okay? But most people chase the income, and this is the wrong way to think about things. Most people say, okay, I want to earn a 6-figure salary, or I want to add £20,000 or dollars to my wage in the next few years, okay? And they chase the income, but what happens is when they chase the income, they might get there. When they get there, they're not motivated, they just stop, okay? What I want you to chase is impact on projects. When you start chasing impact, like bringing value to your projects and impacting projects, you know, making your projects better, increasing the margin of your projects, controlling the cost better on your projects, doing all these things that commercial managers, commercial leaders do, successful construction professionals do, okay? You'll be able to control projects better and impact projects more. When you impact projects more, naturally, as a side effect, your income will increase, okay? People will come to you and say, okay, I want to pay you more because you're so valuable, you are so irreplaceable that we cannot replace you because you're so good. And then even when you impact projects so much, you go to your commercial manager or your manager and say, look, I've done all of these things, I want a pay rise. Because you're so confident that you've impacted the projects, they will give you the pay rise. If they don't, you can move to another company who value you, and then you will get paid more effectively anyway, okay? So that's a really important point. Don't chase the income, chase the impact, and the money will come as a side effect. Point number 7, I have this thing which I call the 3-step success formula. It's from one of my favorite mentors. And it basically says that awareness, choices, and then results, okay? So first you're aware of a piece of information, then with that information you make a choice, okay? You've now got new information, so if you're going in this direction, with this new information, you can maybe now go in this direction. When you go in this direction, you can get to your destination faster, you can get to your goal faster. If your goal was to be a commercial manager in 5 years' time, like it was my goal, then you can get there with that one piece of information. You can change the trajectory of your destination and you can get there faster. Rather than doing this, and getting there in 10 years, you can get there in 5 years. So the first step is to get aware of the information through these videos and everything I'm teaching you. Then the second is to decide to apply that piece of information because you've made a decision that you're going to apply it. So you've made a choice, that's the second step. You make a choice. Then the third is you get results. When you repeat this process, you get more information, you apply it, you get better results. Then you get another piece of information, you apply it and you get better results. When you do this consecutively over time, you get to your direction way faster, more effectively. And this is the purpose of learning. This is why we need to learn, develop and grow for all of these 5 or 6 or 7 different reasons that I've basically explained in this video, right? The other point is that when you're growing, you're executing better and you're impacting projects even more, okay? And that's what we want. We want to impact projects even more and we want a better income, okay? There's so many different ways to get there, but these are some of the best ways to get there. Point number 7, I think this is point number 7. So there's 2 types of trajectory, which I'm gonna tell you about now. One is a linear trajectory, which is 2x. One is an exponential trajectory, which is more like 10x, okay? When you don't learn, when you don't develop, when you don't grow, you naturally progress by 2x, okay? You're looking at people in the industry who are maybe 10 years ahead of you, they're naturally going to progress. The income is going to progress slowly without doing much, just being fairly good at your job, staying calm, just being as you are, you will naturally progress over time. I don't have a doubt about that, okay? But you will progress very slow. You will hardly have a decent income in 10 or 20 years time, which means that when you don't have a decent income, you can't support your family, you can't give to charity, you can't have these amazing experiences that other people have who have been earning well and who've put in the effort to make sure they earn a better income. When you're now on this explosive 10x career path, which is what we want, which is when you develop, you learn and you grow and you make things happen, each unit of work that you do has an output. Every input that you have has a bigger output. Okay, that's how you need to think about your career, okay? And a lot of our principles here are basically on that mindset of that trajectory, okay? So remember, you can always still progress as a 2x period, which means you will double your income in, let's say, 10 years time, but you want to do way more than that. You want to go to the exponential route. Right, the final point is that you want to go micro, slow, and macro fast. That means a lot of people do this, right? They go really fast in their day. They just go nuts and crazy in their day, right? Spinning their wheels, trying to, just progress so fast, but they're not thinking about the long-term view here. We want you to slow down in your day, take a step back, put all the things that we're talking about in this video, apply it all, as I said, aware of the information, then you make a choice to apply it, then you get the results. Do all of these things and then slow down and then reflect and say, okay, I'm here right now. What's the best path and most effective, efficient route to get me to there? Okay, you might be going this way. You need to do different things to get you there, which is going to get you to your destination faster, more effectively in half the time, which means macro slow. You're going in a straight line macro rather than you're doing this. Okay, most people do this as a macro perspective and then they get to their destination really slow and fast. We want you to chill out, think a lot more, and then go macro slow. Hope that made sense. Those are loads of principles for you to develop and grow and learn. These are a lot of things that I'm applying in my life and I'm doing, and I've done so many of these things. They have completely changed the trajectory of my life, and I hope they change the trajectory of your life too. Peace.